Hey, what's up guys? I am back with another video. Hope everyone is doing well. This is going to be a general reading for Pisces. So I'm just going to apologize now, Pisces, for any background noise. But if you're new, welcome to Casual Tarot. If you're not, welcome back. And just remember, Pisces, it's a big world, so it is general. And this is definitely not professional advice. You do what you want, Pisces. So what is going on, Pisces? How are you? I don't know why I feel like I want to run around and do a bunch of stuff. Or maybe you're kind of busy, or maybe you just have some stuff piling up that you're like, you know what, I need to get to it. Okay. I just feel like some of you are supposed to be on the go, but you're kind of like, do I really want to go? I think you should. Okay. Like I said, you don't want stuff piling up, but I feel like a lot of you are going to be pretty busy and you know it. Just relax. Look at that. Knight of Swords. He's focused. He's quick. You got this. Don't worry about it. You got what you need, Pisces. You got what you need. I think some of you might be a little tired, and I don't mean sleepy. I'm just saying tired of certain things. Maybe that are going on in your life. Maybe, I kind of feel like it's patterns. Just things that you're tired of going through over and over. Maybe you need to change up your routine or something. You have the Chariot upright. So I did feel like you're on the go. All right. Maybe you have some business to handle. Maybe there are things you need to do, moves you need to make. You have the Nine of Pentacles in reverse. What are you waiting for? Okay, just make it happen. I think some of you may not want to do these things, and maybe that's why you're hesitating. But I feel like if you don't do it, it may make things harder. Okay, with the Nine of Pentacles, Six of Pentacles here. Okay, so maybe you have some official matters. Maybe there's something that you're trying to achieve and work for. I feel like it may be taking longer, or there may have been things that have happened that made you feel like, should I even do this type of thing? Okay. So I did feel like some of you are just, you're tired. You're tired. It's almost like you're in a endless race type of thing. You have the Seven of Wands upright. You have the Two of Pentacles. So you also have decisions that you need to make. So maybe there's some things coming up. I kind of feel like it's both. It's like things currently and then things coming up that you're going to have to choose different things. You're going to have to make different decisions, different moves, weigh your options, balance, okay? Because I think some of you get overwhelmed. And like I said, I feel like some of you don't even want to deal with any of this stuff. Okay, but I do feel like it's something you need to do. I think you're just tired. Eight of Cups, this is kind of what you want to do. You want to walk away. You're like, I don't want nothing to do with any of this. Okay. And in a way, that's good, because I do feel like you're focused on your peace and on moving forward. But some of these things that you're not paying attention to or not taking action with do need attention. Okay. Because I feel like it's just going to follow you. As you're walking away, it's going to follow you because it needs to get done, okay? Needs to get done is what I'm sensing. You got the Hermit. Yeah, you're keeping to yourself. And like I said, in a way, I feel like it's a good thing. You're rejuvenating. You're, really thinking about stuff, but you got to kind of do both. Like I said, you got to balance. You got to take action, but also, make time to be with yourself. Take your time with certain things. Other things, I do feel like you need to make moves, okay? So choose wisely, all right? I know you want to be out, Pisces, but just relax, okay? Your time will come, because I feel like some of you just don't want to deal with anything. You're like walking away from pretty much everything. I do feel like some of you even want to be alone. So that could be being alone by yourself in solitude, away from everyone. But I also feel like everything, it's almost like you want to like disconnect from this physical world. Yet you want to kind of be with nature too. You want to be in that peace with just with nature, but not so much humans or life obstacles, life challenges and situations. Okay, could be because you have a history of dealing with things that are difficult to get through. I do, and what I mean by that, with this Seven of Swords, I'm kind of feeling like this is current, but this is also a pattern of things that you always feel like you need to look over your shoulder. You always need to pay attention to, and I think that's why some of you are just kind of over it and done and tired. Problem with that is that if you don't do anything about it, if you don't pay attention to it, things can be done behind your back. Things can be done that maybe are preventable. Don't just let things ride. I do feel like some of you may want to disconnect so much that you're not paying attention to certain things. I also feel like this needs to be you. Move in silence. I feel like a lot of people are like in your business, okay? A lot of people question you. Sorry, Pisces, I got interrupted. But yeah, I kind of feel like there's people like in your business, and I don't even feel like it's really anything major. It's almost like everyone wants to know what Pisces is doing. Everybody wants to question Pisces, but it's really, I don't feel like it's even anything big or any of their business. It's just like it's stressing to you that someone's always questioning you about something. It's kind of odd. Have the Knight of Swords in reverse, a little tilted there. Chill out, Pisces, okay? Because I kind of feel like this is you. I think people get on your nerves and you're just like, ow. Okay? Like, why are you talking to me? Why are you questioning me? Okay, be careful. There may be some misunderstandings, miscommunication. Okay, so, try to choose wisely with your words, your actions when it comes to people. I would say more with people, because I do feel like you need to pay attention. I feel like you've dealt with tricky people. I think that you still do in some way. I think you know who they are. I don't think they could trick you as much as they think, but like I said, it's a bit of a pattern, and I feel like a lot of you are just tired. You're tired. I also feel like you worry a lot in certain ways. Now, don't get me wrong, in the past it was worse, but now it's almost like when you worry, you worry. I mean, really worry, where you probably lose sleep. At the same time, I feel like you don't worry about as many things, though. So whatever you're worried about, it's occupying your mind a lot. Okay, it's very stressing, very taxing. But at the same time, I feel like it's like one or two things, where in the past you probably worried about 10 things in the same degree. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm not saying that's okay just because you're doing it less. I'm just saying you're working towards fixing that, changing that, continue to do that even when it's challenging. Okay. I feel like there's a lot of things that you worry about that it's, well, first, I feel like you don't need to worry about. Other things, it's more of maybes, I guess you could say. And other people, I think there may be people around you that don't make the best decisions either. Okay. And I'm saying either only because I feel like I said, with you, it's more of maybe you kind of attack before you kind of take everything in. It's more of being careful what you put your energy into, stuff like that. But there may be other people around you that make kind of questionable decisions, and that also kind of makes you feel uneasy, so it doesn't help. Okay. I also feel like with a lot of the decisions that you need to make and move forward and take action with, is almost entwined with that. Like, it's almost like you're not sure what to do because other people or things that come up are confusing, okay? But it's confusing in a way that there's like missing information, or like maybe people aren't on the same page, or maybe they're withholding information, maybe they're acting too quick and make a mistake and then you have to go clean it up, that type of stuff. Then you have like regular unexpected stuff, things that happen in life, and then you have things that people are just doing, sabotaging purposely. So you have a bit of amount of stuff on your plate, okay? And so I understand why you're like, I'm out of here. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, in a way, it's a good thing because you're working on yourself. You're trying to keep your peace. At the same time, you don't want to not pay attention so that things get worse or pile up, or you are not ready to take on any challenge. Because I do feel like there's a challenge here as far as maybe money, or it could even be more like official matters, paperwork. For some of you, it could even be something physical, okay? That's been challenging. I kind of feel like on and off for a while, okay? But I feel like you can come up with a way to end that. But you need to put your thinking cap on, is what I'm sensing. It's almost like there's stuff missing, or there's stuff not fully revealed so that you can really turn it around, okay? Because with this Six of Pentacles, I'm kind of feeling like it's almost like you're a yo-yo. You know what I'm saying? It's like something good, something bad, something good. It's always like something, and it could be different things, but you know, it's taking a toll on you. And so it's hard to make decisions. It's hard to, you know, really come up with a solution, or even just to see your options, or to stay balanced yourself. And I do feel like, again, that's also physical too. Staying balanced, staying grounded, okay? You are trying, though. I will say you're definitely trying, okay? Continue to do that in a healthy way, okay? Your top card, Queen of Pentacles. I don't know why this reading kind of reminds me of Aquarius, okay? In a way, okay? Because I feel like Aquarius was kind of like not giving themselves enough credit. And in a way, I feel that about you too. But I will say that I can see why, because there's a lot of challenges. Not that Aquarius didn't, but it's just that a lot of things were going, like, falling into place for Aquarius. With you, I kind of feel like it's going to take a little more time, and so you may not see it as much. But whatever you're doing for yourself, I feel like that you see, that you know you're changing in some way. Like, you're changing the way that you see things, the way that you are as far as yourself, practicing self-care, self-love, putting yourself first, that type of thing. But with other things, it may seem very hard to reach the goal that you want to reach. You have some players in here that ain't making it easier, okay? But you have what you need to grow, okay? To reach a place where you feel secure, a lot of growth, a lot of abundance, a lot of blessings. And again, I keep feeling the physical thing. Maybe some of you are having some issue in that way. I'm not the doctor, but I feel like in time, even that, you're going to feel actually better than you do now. Some of you may actually feel like you have more energy. I was going to say you actually might feel younger than what you are. So I don't know what you're doing. Maybe that's something you're thinking about or focusing on. But I just feel like with this queen, she got everything. Okay. And what I mean by that, she's secure financially. She's peaceful in her garden, enjoying her kingdom, her blessings. She is spreading that throughout her kingdom. Okay. So that it lasts for generations, okay? I also feel like she is very talented, has a lot to give to others, to the world. I feel like she has all these different seeds that she can plant, okay? I feel like she's very giving, very nurturing, has something to teach the world and to the young minds type of thing is what I'm sensing. So, like I said, you kind of remind me of Aquarius. Don't cut yourself so short, Pisces. Okay? See it for what it is. And in life, there's always challenges, but there's definitely an ending here. All those things that you're worried about, that's going to end. But even the things that you're actually going through, that's also going to end. It seems like one thing after another. And it does not help that you feel betrayed a lot. It does not help that you feel betrayed a lot. Yeah. Okay. That doesn't help. But even in that case, I kind of feel like it's ending in some way. The reason why I say some way, because you can't change what people do, but I have a feeling that you're walking away from a lot of sloppy, spiteful situations. I say sloppy because I have a feeling people try to get away with things that they can't. Maybe in a way they are, meaning you're not doing nothing about it, but I don't feel like you're unaware of it. Okay. I also feel like people are being sloppy where it's just going to be kind of clear as day, and it's almost like they have no choice but to own up to their shit. You know what I mean? So it's a little bit of that, but then I feel like it's just, honestly, you probably have trust issues, okay? Because like I said, it's like one thing after another, and if it's not a trust thing, it's like it's just something coming up, but it usually involves people is what I'm sensing. It's almost like when one person's done with you, another person tries to come in and poke that bear type of thing, okay? But just try to chill. Don't let those pokes, okay, take you back, because I have a feeling that at some point you probably were very much in this. And what I mean, you probably went back and forth with people. You probably got angry. You probably put people in their place. You probably were the one questioning and confronting people, okay? But now you're like, nah, I'm over it. You know, you stay in your lane, I'll stay in my lane. We can meet halfway once in a while to chill. That's the type of attitude you have, but others may not. I just feel like they're too much up in your business. Let me see what other messages I have for you. And like I said, get ready because you're going to be pretty busy, okay? So that's another reason why it's good that you're taking time to relieve the day, the stress, the people, the thoughts, okay? But work on the thoughts a little more, okay? Because I do feel like that is one of your biggest challenges, okay? Sorry, I forget what the camera is. What has your inner voice been asking of you? Listen and act. What, Pisces? I know, partly. Find your peace, keep your peace. And that's great. That's great. That's something you definitely need. But there are things that are trying to get your attention that you need to make moves with. And you will be victorious. It may seem hard at first and some things don't go as planned. But I do feel like you will come out on top. I don't know. I keep looking at that Knight of Swords. And I kind of feel like there may be someone who you may need to kind of draw the line and, you know, kind of tell them, honestly, I feel like you need to tell them to shut up, okay? I don't know what this knight is doing, but I feel like it's both. They say things and they do things that aren't very clear for some, and for others, it may be even done purposely. But for most, I do feel like it's almost like it's just not clear. Like, it's like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Very, I want to say like confusing energy, miscommunication. But I feel like there's someone around you trying to do something. First of all, like I said, I feel like they need to shut up, because even if they're trying to do something, they're doing way too much of this, and I have a feeling you're gonna hear about it. It's like they just can't help themselves. It's almost like they're trying to do something, but they can't help but to speak it, and so it's almost like it's gonna kind of come up and kind of blow up because they can't be quiet. Don't get me wrong, it needs to be revealed because it doesn't benefit you, but they're kind of digging down grave, put it that way. Okay, they're trying to do something, and I just feel like it's gonna backfire because they don't know how to be quiet. And not only that, but this is something that they do. They just do this way too much. And I kind of feel like that person may poke at you a lot. And also try to convince you of things. Like, you should do this, you should do that. They may even get mad when you don't listen. Okay, but something in you is telling you not to listen. You know what I'm saying? And they don't get that. And even if they did, it doesn't matter. I feel like they're very stubborn. They kind of only see one way, or just very limited. You have a bright light inside. Stop dimming it. Show that light. Shine bright, Pisces, because I do feel like some of you are hiding a little bit. Like I said, that Hermit card, even that Eight of Cups is good for you. You made sure that you focus on working on yourself, but do not dim yourself for others because of their betrayals, because of their actions. Okay, don't step out of the light because of challenging moments, whether that's life or people. Okay, because you were meant to shine bright. Okay, you're being guided in some way to, well, I want to say rediscover yourself. Okay, get to know yourself. But also, I just feel like you're being guided to really shine bright. Shine bright so that everybody can see you. Okay? And I know for some of you, that's hard to do. Okay? Because sometimes Pisces just like to stick to themselves. But for some reason, the feeling I'm getting, you need to be in the spotlight. And I don't mean have people in your business. Okay? Okay, that... cut that out. I'm not saying you're doing that. I'm just saying people want to be in your business. Like I said, they want to know what Pisces doing. I'm not talking about that type of attention. Just the attention that you get just from being you. Okay? Like I said, you have a lot to give. Okay? You've grown so much. You shine so bright. You have enough to help others. Whether that's through ideas or actual, helping hands or healing or even in a financial way, whatever. Make it known, show it. But of course, protect yourself too. Especially from people that want to drain you, because I feel like people want to drain you. Maybe not purposely, but that's what they do when they're around you. And especially that night with this. Okay, all they do is talk. I don't think it's just them. Probably a few people, but there's one that it's like they think about it. They think about what they're going to say, and they seem to have their eyes on you. Okay, be authentic. Anything else is just exhausting, and that's kind of what I'm sensing too, that you're exhausted. I tell you, you're tired. Just be you, and I feel like you're doing so, and you're ready. A lot of you are ready, but for those who are already doing it, I know that people may not like it. But whose life are you living, Pisces? Not everyone is going to be on the same page or agree with you, but you got to be who you are, right? Otherwise, what are you really living? You know what I'm saying? You don't want to be acting out a play. You know what I'm saying? You want to be you because you're amazing and you're bright and beautiful. So forget everyone else, forget the expectations, even your own unrealistic ones, because you guys are too hard on yourself sometimes. And that's why I said it reminds me of Aquarius, not giving yourself enough credit. You should be shining as bright as you can. Do not be afraid to do so. But that is your message, Pisces. I hope it helps in some way, and good luck.